It was a good decision. This is how Polish President Andrzej Duda commented on Joe Biden's approval of Ukraine's use of US missiles against targets on Russian territory. He was asked to comment on the matter by journalists from the US news channel CNN. I accepted President Biden's decision with great joy and relief because I believe that Ukraine needs the lifting of restrictions on the use of military aid from allies. This is a rational decision, and in the current situation, it is very much needed. According to the Polish president, the decision is a clear signal to Russia that Ukraine can count on the support of its Western allies, including the United States. Andrzej Duda added that Poland currently spends 4% of its GDP on armaments, and if other NATO countries did the same, our world would be safe. Also, after President-elect Donald Trump takes office. I am calm about what policy towards Russia he will implement. It will definitely not be a soft policy. There is only one condition. According to President Andrzej Duda, NATO countries must pursue not only a consistent, but also a coherent policy. In another interview for the Bloomberg agency, President Andrzej Duda criticized German Chancellor Olaf Scholz. Scholz called Putin a few days ago with a proposal for peace negotiations. I believe it was an attempt to bring about a ceasefire in Ukraine before Donald Trump took office. Bloomberg also writes that the Polish president warned Donald Trump about Germany's behind-the-scenes efforts on behalf of the Kremlin. These interviews are of great importance because they show Poland as a key player in this part of Europe. Poland is a key place where the interests of the big European powers, but also those of the world, meet. Scholz's conversation with Putin was also criticized by Ukraine and some of its allies, among them the head of Estonia's diplomacy. German Chancellor Olaf Scholz's conversation with Russian President Vladimir Putin was a strategic mistake. However, Polish Prime Minister Donald Tusk positively commented on the phone conversation between Scholz and Putin. A while ago, I received a phone call from Chancellor Scholz, who gave me an account of his conversation with Vladimir Putin. I was pleased to hear that the Chancellor not only unequivocally condemned Russian aggression, but that he reiterated the Polish position: nothing about Ukraine without Ukraine. Only after a wave of criticism did Tusk publish another post saying that Putin could not be stopped with mere phone calls. Meanwhile, a month ago, the leaders of the United States, Germany, France, and the United Kingdom discussed the future of Ukraine in Berlin. President Andrzej Duda recalled that there was not enough room at the table for Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky. Scholz was and is a brake on all aid. That is, by his actions, he is trying to convince other countries, especially the United States of course, but also France, not to give this full-scale military aid after all. This is dangerous because in this way, Russia's aggressive imperialism will be strengthened once again. A swift end to the 1,000-day war in Ukraine, on terms favorable to Ukraine and the West, is also being announced by US President-elect Donald Trump. He will take office on the 20th of January.